It is new feature time. So I have made a new feature for the countdown setting. So I'm going to create a test game here to show it off. Add a couple of players. And I'm going to go into countdown timer. And you'll see that we have a new option here, time added per penalty. So I'm going to show this off. I'm going to say that we all start with, say, 5 seconds in the time bank. And every time that we have a time penalty, I'm going to add another maybe 10 seconds or, yeah, let's say 10 seconds. And let's add a little bit of a delay just to show that off. So what this does, there's a little help page here. Basically, if it answers the question, what happens when someone runs out of time in the time bank? Well, with this option on, instead of going into negative time, you get a time penalty. So you get 10 seconds in this case back onto your time into your time bank, but you also get a penalty. So let me show that. Let's start the game.
Your turn.
We're in delay time right now. We go in and we're eating up our time bank, and when we run out,
Player is out of time.
it says that we're out of time. And the thing that's new here is that this little one here at the top above the out of time icon basically says that this player has one time penalty. And now that he ran out of time a second time, he gets another time penalty. And so what do these time penalties do? Well, you can see them.
Player is out of
So
time.
you can use any kind of social stigma that you want to attach to them. But you can actually do a little bit more than that. So
Game
I'm
paused.
going to pause the game. I'm going to go into game settings, scroll down to the score sheet editor, and you'll see that when we add a time delay option, we automatically get this out of time penalty scoring line. And it has a formula of -0x. Basically, it means that it won't affect the final victory point scoring of the score sheet, but you will see it in the score sheet. So if I just cancel out that and I finish the game,
Game completed.
you'll see that we have that the time penalties are shown in the score sheet, but the victory points haven't been affected at all because basically the scoring says that it's 0 victory points per penalty. But we can edit this, of course, just so we can edit any other score sheet line. And we can say that for each time penalty that we get 1 minus point. So minus x would be minus 1x. Save it. And now you can see that the victory points here have been affected. So player 3 doesn't get any penalties because he didn't have any. Player 2 gets -1 victory points, and player 1 who had 2 penalties get -2 victory points. So this is a way that you can say, well, if you run out of time, you'll get a penalty, and then you can decide if that's just a social thing or if you actually want to convert the penalties into victory points. That's up to each playing group as they see fit. I forgot to show what this looks like in the presentation mode, so let me just do this real quick again. Say that we're going to have a time delay of 3 seconds, time penalty of 8 seconds. Start the game, go into presentation mode, start the game.
Player is out of time.
And so now the number of penalties is kind of baked into the icon, the out of time icon
Player is
itself,
out of time.
because in the presentation mode we have a little bit more space. I can fit it in there. And that's it for this feature. I hope that you will
Player
find
is
it
out of
useful,
time.
and please let me know your feedback.